If you've ever watched a viral chili pepper challenge video, chances are you've witnessed this scene. An unflappable Mexican man, sporting an almost bored expression, casually devours copious amounts of heat while his companion, often an amateur, is reduced to a tearful, snot-filled spectacle. This casual relationship with intense spice hints at a deeper truth. When you truly experience authentic Mexican cuisine, one strange realization quickly sets in: heat seems to be foundational to everything. In most parts of the world, restaurants ask if you can handle spice. In Mexico, that question is almost nonsensical because chili peppers are integrated into nearly every dish. So what historic, cultural, or even geographic forces converge to forge Mexico into the most enduring, deeply ingrained, and utterly tenacious spicy food nation on the planet? And is Mexico truly the birthplace of the potent little fruit that has simultaneously made humanity weep and become hopelessly addicted? Mexican gastronomy certainly doesn't revolve around just one or two pepper varietals. They cultivate, utilize, and master hundreds of different types, each boasting its own distinct culinary personality. Some deliver an explosive, sharp burn, others offer a slow, smoldering heat, and still others possess almost no capsaicin bite but provide a profound, earthy aroma and sweet finish. The sheer volume and variety beg the question, why so much chili? The answer is a resounding and undisputed yes. Archaeological studies conclusively demonstrate that the chili pepper plant was first domesticated by humans in the region of Mesoamerica, with the primary central hub being the land we now call Mexico. Ancient chili seeds have been unearthed dating back between 6,000 and 7,000 years ago, eons before the chili ever made its debut in Asian or European cooking. This means that while the vast majority of the world hadn't yet conceived of the sensation of heat, ancient Mexicans were already cultivating, crossbreeding, and integrating the chili into every aspect of daily life. For them, the chili held status equal to maize, beans, and squash, the foundational trinity of crops that created the great Mesoamerican civilizations. In short, chili didn't enter Mexican cuisine later on. It was born with Mexican cuisine from the very beginning. Before European boots touched the shores of the New World, the land of Mexico served as the brilliant epicenter for some of the America's most sophisticated civilizations, most notably the mighty Aztec Empire. For the Aztec people, the chili was much more than a mere seasoning. Their complex worldview, the pepper existed on many strata of significance. It was edible sustenance, potent medicine, a powerful symbol of power and endurance, a tool for education, and even an integral part of their spiritual life. Living in a hot, high-humidity climate where food rapidly spoiled and bacteria thrived, the ancient peoples made a crucial, almost instinctive observation. They noticed that dishes prepared with chili peppers were consistently less likely to cause stomach distress or food poisoning. Although they had no concept of modern microbiology, they observed the real-world practical effectiveness. The capsaicin found in chilies, the compound that creates the burning sensation, possesses remarkable antimicrobial properties, inhibiting the growth of many harmful microorganisms. Thus, the chili became a form of natural preservation, ensuring their food supply was safer in an era devoid of cheap salt, refrigeration technology, or advanced curing methods. For these people, eating spicy food was never a matter of personal palate or culinary preference. It was a decision of survival. Consuming spice meant mitigating the risk of illness and avoiding the very real threat of death from spoiled food. Over the centuries, this survival habit evolved beyond simple necessity. It solidified into a powerful cultural philosophy. The belief took root that a body acclimated to heat and spice was a healthy body, resilient, flexible, and better equipped to adapt to the harshness of the natural world. This philosophy was reflected even in how children were raised. Ancient codices reveal instances where chili were used for educational purposes. Punishments involving chili smoke were not intended as torture in the brutal sense. To the indigenous peoples, this was a radical form of training, a method to cultivate endurance, self-control, and early familiarity with discomfort. This ancient view, a child who did not buckle under the bite of the chili would be less likely to falter in the face of famine, disease, or warfare. The chili, therefore, didn't just walk into the kitchen. It became woven into the social fabric of the people, was intrinsically linked to physical strength, moral discipline, and the sheer capacity to survive in an unpredictable world. Eating spicy food was not a temporary physical challenge, it was preparation for a challenging life. Must be stressed that prior to this foundational relationship in Mesoamerica, virtually the entire known human world was completely ignorant of the chili pepper. Asia had no chili, Europe had no chili, Africa had no chili. The familiar sensation of heat that early peoples knew came from black pepper, ginger, or other spices. The scorching, sharp heat we associate with chili today is, historically speaking, a recent culinary addition. Everything changed when Christopher Columbus sailed across the Atlantic in the late 15th century. He was not searching for chili peppers. He was desperate to find a westward route to Asia to tap into the lucrative spice trade, particularly the highly prized black pepper, known then in Europe as black gold. Upon landing in the New World, he encountered a small, intensely pungent fruit. The burning sensation immediately reminded him of pepper, so he mistakenly dubbed it pepper, even though it bears no biological relation to the Asian peppercorn plant. Columbus carried the chili back to Europe, not viewing it as a world-changing discovery, but merely a strange, cheap, and easily cultivated novelty spice. Returning to the core question of the Mexican palate, why the extreme consumption? Mexico boasts a remarkably specialized geography, a mosaic of high plateaus, arid deserts, and humid tropical zones. In these variable conditions, many staple crops struggle, but the chili pepper thrives, is highly drought-tolerant, resistant to most pests, and offers a steady, reliable yield. In Mexico, the chili is not treated as a luxury item, it is ubiquitous. Every home grows it and every market sells it. Crucially, Mexican chilies are judged not merely by their Scoville unit score, but by their intricate aroma, flavor profile, and lingering finish. The Mexican cook intimately understands each chili, utilizing it precisely at the right moment and in the correct combination. For this reason, spice in authentic Mexican cuisine is never a haphazard act of self-flagellation. It is treated like a narrative. It has an opening note, a climax, and a well-defined resolution. The eater experiences not just the intense burn, but also the nuanced aroma, the subtle sweetness, and the ultimate balance. Here are some key facts. Archaeological evidence confirms that the chili pepper was domesticated earliest in Mexico between 6,000 and 7,000 years ago. Mexico cultivates hundreds of native strains and thousands of local variations. In essence, the global spicy food culture owes its very existence to the thousands of years of cultivation perfected in Mexico. Regarding consumption rates, the average Mexican consumes between 8 and 10 kilograms of chili per person annually. This figure vastly surpasses the consumption rates of many famously spicy nations in Asia, such as China. Consider the iconic habanero pepper. The habanero typically ranges from 100,000 to 350,000 Scoville heat units, a heat level 50 to 70 times stronger than the common bird's eye chili popular in Southeast Asia. The remarkable point is that Mexicans do not treat the habanero as a super hot challenge pepper. They use it quite routinely in traditional sauces. Thus, we can conclude that Mexico stands as the world's most enduring spicy food culture, not due to modern daring, but due to history itself. If we were to encapsulate this entire story, it would be this. Mexico eats the spiciest because they were born from spice. The Mexican people, spice is not something one proves oneself against. Spice is home, spice is memory, and spice is the very essence of their national identity. Thank you for your interest in this historical journey. And now I bid you farewell. Can you handle the heat?